On EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Chargers, and it's coming up next.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen here. Greg, you look at the marquee, and it's a lot of offensive stars here. I'm looking at the other side. Defenses better show up here if you want to walk out with a win.
Yeah, I think the burden, of course, lies on the players, particularly the players in the secondaries of both of these teams. They're going to have moments where they've got to win one-on-one, as you said, against some of the top offensive skill players in the league. But I also feel like there's a lot on the shoulders of this defensive coordinator. Can you change up coverages, change up looks, make it difficult pre- and post-snap, not only on these wide receivers and skill players, but also on the guy with the ball in his hand, calling the shots, playing quarterback.
Cameron Dicker has the ball teed up as we get underway. And off we go from SoFi. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. And their quarterback is the all-time leading passer for the Raiders, Derek Carr, the veteran.
Ever since Derek Carr came into the league, Mike, he's been historically a very passionate and productive NFL quarterback. He has the arm that can make every throw, but sometimes it's that arm that gets him into trouble. So he's got to find a little balance, a happy medium between aggressiveness and recklessness, because when he's playing well, they have as good a shot to win games as anybody.
First carry now for Alvin Kamara. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Carr. And it's a reception for Taysom Hill. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Olave is the motion man. Carr now to throw on 1st down. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
In motion is Hill. They'll go play action with Carr. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. They'll get a new set of downs. It's a gain of 19.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Kamara. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Carr working out of the gun. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
They run over center with Williams. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one.
So on second down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it on in. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Saints. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Blake Grupe comes on for the extra point. He's got it. The Saints will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
His skill set can be determined by the letter A. Arm talent, accurate, athletic, and he's got a kind of aura about him. There's something special that they know when he's under center, we have a shot. 1st-round pick. He's got everything you want for the quarterback position. He needs to take that next step from being a legitimate bona fide franchise quarterback to a superstar in the NFL.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Herbert finding the tight end. Here's Will Dissly. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. We are through one. The Saints out on top. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Here's Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run it with Dobbins out of the pistol. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Herbert to throw on 3rd and 1. And it looks like he's gonna have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. He'll be stopped after a short gain to about the 30. Willie Gay with the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Johnston motioning over. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. He's got the open man. That's McConkey.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Dobbins. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They'll try it again from the 2, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Herbert now on 3rd and goal. in trouble, and down he goes. So now, 4th down, and Cameron Dicker is on for the Chargers. This, about as short as you can get. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers are on the board. It's 7-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So, Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. Williams now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Saints offense and Derek Carr set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. On 3rd down, here's a run by Kamara. 14 on the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
On 1st down, Carr. That's over the middle and taken in by Valdez-Scantling. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now, Carr. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And he's going to have a 1st down. They get into field goal range here at the 29. Now Carr. Shaheed with the catch.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Carr now on second down. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here comes Blake Grupe for this field goal try. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. Grupe's kick is good. And the Saints going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. Here's Darius Davis from his end zone. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with these two teams separated by a touchdown. As we send you cross country to the Sunshine State, that's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Ladd McConkey to return. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Chargers offense and their running back set to go once more. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. There is his tight end, Dissly.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Johnston motioning over. Shotgun now for Herbert. That one complete to Johnston. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play again.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A run with Dobbins. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. Cedric Wilson back to receive. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Saints offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Valdez-Scantling on the move. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They're going to go right back to Kamara. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Third and 5. Carr. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Chargers offense ready to take over once again. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Now it's Herbert. He connects with Dissly. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
On 1st down, Herbert. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Herbert Makes the read, decides to hang on. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
On play action, it's Herbert. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end, and he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. This one finds McConkey. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Now it's Dobbins, and he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Play action now. It's Herbert. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll give it to Dobbins. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Herbert. Quick throw, taken in. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Ladd McConkey, the one he was looking for. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
They bring the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. To the goal line and in. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown Chargers. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
so they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Carr. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. Finding space at the 40. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, fourth quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
Carr now to throw on first down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Second and 6 coming up. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Right back to Olave. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Here's Kamara. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Now, a big 3rd down. Kamara. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that's going to bring up 4th down. So a pressure kick coming here for Blake Grupe. This to grab a late lead. This kick is good. They move out front and take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this fourth quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Throwing now is Herbert. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He'll air one out for Palmer. That's caught! And he's going to go all the way! How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Kicker now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chargers make the lead 4. It is 17-13. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Saints offense headed back to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Carr to throw. On the move past the 40. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd down. They'll go play action with Carr. A ball deep for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the one he was looking for. Third down coming up.
You could just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
He's got his big target. That's Johnson. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
On first down, Carr. That is brought in at the 10. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. Here we go, first and goal. To throw is Carr. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Here we go. One final play. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. The Chargers have it. So this one is over. It's in the win column for the Chargers. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game, and are going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from SoFi.